Every time people mention the roleplay community in 14, it's almost always something negative. And honestly, as a roleplayer myself, I have to admit, we are not that good at painting a good picture for the community. We paint some juicy Rule 34 though. Whenever we see something about the roleplay community in 14, it's either something really unhinged like that billboard drama, or that extreme roleplayers in the Balmung quicksand, or the bunny boy hooters, or people selling feed pictures in the party finder, or the groomers in Lens. Hello, it's AviCat. I've been roleplaying in Final Fantasy XIV for years now, and I have seen some things I wish I could just scratch out of my brain. Yeah, the things you see on Discord or Twitter are true. We are what people call cringe. But that's not gonna stop us from roleplaying, is it? As a connoisseur of cringe myself, it's my god-given duty to expose you to the strange world of Final Fantasy XIV roleplaying. Today, I'll categorize Final Fantasy roleplayers into 10 different types for educational, scientific purposes. So sit back, sip on your Fantasia, and enjoy the ride. Balmung Quicksands Dwellers. Let's just start with the most obvious one. Balmung Quicksands is the Gold Shire of 14. It's where the expectations are low and the ground is always sticky. As soon as you walk in, you'll be greeted by a worrying accumulation of naked people. And trust me, what they are seeing on their screens is very different from what we are seeing right now. Final Fantasy community has a very creative modern community. Most of the people roleplaying here are not even on their main roleplay characters. Why would they be horny on main when they can just create a level 1 bunny girl? Glamours go off quickly anyway. This place is a hall of shame for most roleplayers, but it remains to be one of the most popular places to roleplay for obvious reasons. People be horny and there's no way to escape it. Just turn around slowly and look away. This is not the place to come if you're looking for any kind of story or character development. The Pillar Flower. You'll often find this roleplayer near a pillar doing the lane emote. They always have the RP tag on, but they never participate in anything. These roleplayers never take the first step and approach other people. They can stay there for hours and hours without saying a single word until someone approaches them. They are usually very shy out of character, but if you give them a chance, you'll find out some of these players are god tier writers. I guess they have so much free time to practice until someone actually approaches them. The clueless guy who just level boosted to 80. I think the name of this type explains it pretty well. These roleplayers don't know much about the lore and they have no interest in playing the story. They usually play 14 for roleplaying only, and that's what they're gonna stick to. Which is honestly a valid reason to play 14 if that's your poison. They're pretty quiet and they don't get involved until they feel comfortable with the lore. The character they roleplay as is usually another version of either a D&D character or another OC they've been writing somewhere else. Luckily for these roleplayers, there's so much lore they can find on the internet. Once they get comfortable with the lore, there's a 50% chance that they will turn into the next type. The Elitist. You wanted to have fun? That's not allowed here. These roleplayers have a certain type and they'll judge you if you don't roleplay the way they want to roleplay. They have a firm grasp on the lore and they'll use it to tell you how bad you are. Most roleplayers like this forget the main reason to roleplay is just to have a good time. It's okay to have personal preferences and favorite themes, of course, in roleplay. It only becomes a problem when you impose these personal preferences to the other players. Because these players have a tendency to do that, they are usually the reason why drama starts in most groups. No one's forcing you to roleplay with those people you don't enjoy the writing of. In my personal experience, if you have strong preferences for roleplay, you are better suited to a group where you share these preferences with the other people. It's just not gonna be easy to find that group if you keep being a judgy piece of venue employees. These roleplayers must love working so much that after their 9-to-5 job, they come home, they log into Final Fantasy XIV and they work another shift. For fictional money. They have endless possibilities. They could roleplay as an adventurer, a treasure hunter, and they still choose to be the waitress? I'll personally never understand the appeal of roleplaying as an essential worker, but I have to admit, it creates a great front for other roleplay teams. You get to meet so many other roleplayers while working in venues, and if you dig deeper, you'll find out most of these venues and free companies have some other storylines going on. I think these places are great for newer roleplayers to make some connections. Just choose the venue carefully, please. There are some creepy people in every roleplay community. You stay safe out there. The bad guy. Okay, Your Honor, I'm guilty. I love a well-written villain. I think I make it very obvious whenever I mention him at Sulk. These roleplayers usually roleplay in a criminal setting. They can be pirates, a group of thieves, or yakuza. These roleplayers are either a blast to roleplay with or a pain in the tail. There's just no in between. It can be so much fun to write a bad character, but I feel like some people get too much into character and they'll start talking like an anime villain even they are not in character. Bro, chill. You are in your pajamas playing make-believe with a bunch of random people on the internet. Let's be honest, none of us showered in the last 2 days. Don't take it too seriously. The depressing adventurer. This roleplayer has been roleplaying as the same character for years. And naturally, because we writers love to just torture our characters so much, their character's been through some traumatizing stuff. Once you start roleplaying with them, you'll get overwhelmed by the background story they trauma dump on you. They tell you how their mother died in childbirth, how their father was abusive, and how their significant other was killed by their best friend who turned against them. It sounds a lot, but when you consider all this was written over the course of 6 years, it's not that much. They probably gave so much time and effort to this character that it became their baby. Even though it's a bit depressing to play this character right now, it's hard to give up on. Trust me, I will know. The clubber. This is the kind of role player who just goes to the nightclub venues and emotes. Half of the time they are not even actual role players. They just go to those venues to socialize and observe if there's any roleplay going on. It's a good way to spend time in 14 while waiting for the resets. They are most likely sitting in a voice chat with their friends and chilling at the same time. The guy who uses roleplay as a front to find a significant other. Remember when I told you there are weird people out there? I was talking about this guy. This roleplayer cannot tell the difference between in character and out of character. You'll start roleplaying with them only to realize they are kind of creepy. They might stalk you in-game and they'll send you passive-aggressive messages if they see you roleplaying with someone else. It's just not the kind of person you want to roleplay with if you want a story. Their intentions are obviously something else. Just save yourself before things get weird. And last but not the least, perhaps the most important of them all, the Warrior of Light. This person roleplays as God. They know everything about Eorzea in character, including your character's backstory and weakness. Eorzea is their second cousin. They are so powerful that their ether is blinding. They are the most talented sport master from the east and a black mage and a white mage at the same time. They have died several times, but they came back. The gates of hell were just too weak to keep them down. Do you want to challenge them for a fight? Foolish thing. You cannot win against them. They have plot armor. Just skip this one. Hey, it's me again, here to remind you should be roleplaying the way you enjoy it. I made this video just for fun and you should be roleplaying for the same reason, just for fun. Don't let any of these stereotypes hold you down. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate all the support and I'll see you in my next video. Stay cozy!